Good day, my friends. Walter here. Today we're in the railroad corner. During my railroad career, I often went to train wrecks as a member of the Atlanta Derrick crew and also as an outline point railway carman. Not many were as well documented as the one I shared with you today. We're going to look at some newspaper clippings and coverage, and a lot of the pictures will only be like 5 seconds long, so if you want to study the photograph, you need to pause the video as it passes by and continue after you see the pictures. At first, I was going to read each story to you, but that would make my video way too long. So I figure you can just read the stories for yourself if you find it of interest. At the end of the video, I'll include a few personal comments as to my memories of things that occurred at the train wreck. This was on the Southern Railway back in 1981. I thought maybe some of my railroad friends and rail fans out there might find some of these old photographs of interest. Anytime during my career when I had to go to accidents where there was a fatality, there was always an extreme sense of loss that I felt. And I thought I would share just a little bit of what I remember about this particular train wreck. Thought I'd tell you what actually killed the engineer. It wasn't the engineer, by the way, it was the fireman. The fireman was driving the train. The engineer was training him or letting him have a turn at driving when the accident occurred. At one point during the picking up of the locomotive, I had to climb down in the locomotive to retrieve some equipment. I think it was a come along or chain hoist or something. When I climbed down in the locomotive, the console was down at the bottom. The console is the control stand that the engineer sits behind. And the dirt was pushed up against the console. So you know how a bulldozer, when it's pushing dirt up in the field, the blade just piles the dirt up in front of the bulldozer. Well, when the engine turned over, it was sliding sideways in the dirt. And the man's window was open. And the dirt came in the window as the engine slid along the ground and just pushed him right up against the console. And he was pinned under there for some time. And they tried to extract him, but they couldn't get him out in time. And when I climbed down in there to unhook the chain hoist to come along, whatever it was, I found the man's watch and his wallet. Some of his other personal items were still up under the console. I gave them to one of the railroad police so they can give them to his family. And it's just kind of heartbreaking when you see things like that. And unfortunately, accidents do occur. And this is just something to remember. I appreciate you watching my video today. Any comments are welcome. This is Pwalpar signing off.